Today is a memorable day for all of us for a reason that we are holding this Justice P. and Bhagwati International Moot Court competition. Winning and losing doesn't matter. What matters is that we are having a concern for human rights. And the concern for human rights brings you all here. I remember Advocate Ram Jethmalani said in one of his addresses when he came here and was about to distribute the prize distribution, he said, and I quote, that lose a case, but don't lose the client. Lose a client, but don't lose the court. Lose the court, but don't lose your consciousness. That is what is there. Legal profession is not a business. It's a noble profession. And justice is not money earning. Justice is protection of rights. And therefore, human rights are nothing but protection of human dignity. It is protection of human respect. And it is becoming oneself, becoming human being. That is what he said. He also said in a humorous way that those who wins the competition, it is just like marriage. And those who lose the competition, it is just like romance. So there's nothing to dishearten about when you lose it. But then the point to be noted is the competition provokes you to think. And today there are 5 C's which are important in this world to live. The 5 things, the first thing which you have to do in this modern world when we go abroad and face the people or when we live in our own country is the creativity. If we do not have creativity, we have no existence. And legal profession is always about creativity, building new ideas, coming for the new ideas to render justice to the people. Creativity is the first thing. Innovation, that's what is the first thing. The first 5C is creativity. Second is connectivity. How are you connected? Do you know how to use information technology in the modern digital world? Creativity, connectivity. And the third one is competition. Without competition, you cannot survive. Competition is must. Fair competition is must. And the best minds always wins. Whether it is science, whether it is humanities, whether it is engineering, any kind of a thing, you have a competition. Creativity, connectivity, competition, capacity building. If you do not have that, you must improve yourself. And therefore, this moot court competition is for creativity, connectivity, competition, and capacity building. And the last one is credibility. So credibility is the most important thing in legal profession. You may lose a case, but then if you do not have the credibility, there is no future. And ladies and gentlemen, Justice Bhagwati, when he was here and he gave the name to this competition, he said only one thing: let the better team win, whoever it is. Do not have any biasness. See that they have the knowledge of human rights. Teach them what is human rights. Tell them what is the importance of human rights. Still, there is racial discrimination in the world. Though we are independent so long, we say that we are the people of United Nations. But there is so much of hatred. There is so much of discrimination. There is a lot of stoppage to freedom of speech and expression. One cannot have the freedom of speech and expression. And even if he speaks something, there is a problem after he speaks. There is a problem of terrorism. There is a problem of cyber security. There is a problem of corporate fraud. So these are all the problems, and these problems can be sorted only by young people. And he said that if you ignite the young minds, and particularly lawyers who brought independence to this country and many other countries, if you see the history of many other countries, there are the lawyers who brought the independence to their country. And we remember Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Ambedkar, they were the great leaders. They were having good professions, but then they gave their life for the change in India. They brought the constitution. They gave the best of the best. And if you go to Oxford and you see, there is a big photograph of Dr. Ambedkar, and it is written there that a man who used to sit in the library for 18 years and was only reading and reading. And then he has contributed to a great extent to this kind of constitution which we have us. So freedom fighters have given, the Constitution Assembly has given this constitution. But are we upholding the principles of constitution? Are we really rendering justice? Or are we making it a business? That is what is also a matter of concern. Poor people, they need legal assistance. Justice Bhagwati used to say that if you help a poor person, his smile, his blessings will make you see that you will reach heaven. He said, I am living at the age of 93, and he says this is because of all the good judgments I have done for the poor people. He said that I am having the healthy life. I can still think, I can still write, I can still talk, I can still stand. This is all because of those poor people. And he used to say that poor people have no money, but they are pure people. So poor people are pure people. So ladies and gentlemen, this Human Rights Day, when we celebrate, we have to see that we owe the responsibility to the society, that how we render justice to them. Money is required, livelihood is required, but how we render justice to those who are women, those who are children, those who are poor, those who are illiterate, those who are seeking asylum, those who are refugees. These are the biggest problems, and therefore this particular competition has been kept to sensitize the people to understand that these are the issues. And he used to always say, and I remember, and whenever I was a student, I used to write, Justice Bhagwati used to say, it is not a case, it is a cause. Understand it, it's not a case, it's a cause. It is not for money, it is for justice. Justice is nothing but happiness. Give a smile to them, they'll be happy. They don't need money. Money will be here, food, all buildings, property, everything will be here. What you need is dignity. What you need is respect. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, he was called as God of Human Rights. And in his honor, we are holding this competition. There is much to say, but then I know that there's limited time for us to discuss, but then those who are participating in this competition and those who have won this competition are waiting for their awards as well. I'm at the outset very, very glad that this competition has shown very good responses through Indian judicial system. The Chief Justice of India was here to address you all. He has come to sensitize you again that we at the Supreme Court of India are waiting for you all with the open arms, but then what we need is integrity, sincerity and honesty. What we need is knowledge of law. What we need is knowledge economy. What we need is knowledge partnerships. What we need is knowledge empowerment. And therefore, Lordship in his speech said that if you want to talk about human rights, it is about right of humanity, right of human dignity, right to forgive, right to help, and inclusiveness. That's what he was talking about when he addressed yesterday. Even Justice Sanjay Kaul also said the same, was talking about human rights, that legal profession can change the world. And ladies and gentlemen, all the judges who are sitting here definitely will agree to me that as a lawyers or as a judges or as a law-abiding citizens, we can definitely see that the world can change with the change of knowledge of law. There was a story in Times of India, that a story of a tortoise and a rabbit. In a race of a tortoise and a rabbit, everyone knows that the rabbit was having that power to run fast, but the tortoise won. The author gave 5 examples of how the tortoise and rabbit story changed, and he was talking about human rights. In a race of tortoise and rabbit, both they ran. Rabbit was overconfident, he slept, and tortoise was steady but confident, and therefore he won the race. So first race was won by tortoise. All of you know that, we have studied that in the school. He says the second story, they again put the race, and this time the tortoise and the rabbit, they had the same route. This time rabbit thought that, no, I'm not going to sleep, I'm going to run till the end. And he was not sleeping at all, he ran to the end and he won the competition. Tortoise was knowing that rabbit is taking the advantage because he is powerful. He is like United States of America. Running powerful and then winning it because he has got the legs by the nature, by God. So he will always win. So third time he put another competition. He said, let us win now this. You show me that how do you win this competition. He said, this time I will fix the way. Which way you have to go, I will decide. You have the legs, you can run faster. Let us run faster and you win the competition. Show to me. Let's have a competition. Third way he chosen. And when he chosen the way, the tortoise chosen the way, where in the middle of the way there was a river. Now, rabbit ran towards that particular destination, but he saw the river, he could not cross the river. He stood at the river. Tortoise came. Tortoise saw that rabbit is waiting and he is grumbling, but then he saw the river, crossed the river, and he was successful. That was the third one. So tortoise utilized his intelligence and rabbit was waiting. Fourth was, he says, the author says, that both of them said, no, no, you have intelligence, I have the power. We will mix together. We will have inclusiveness. Let us be friends. He said to tortoise. Rabbit said, I will wait for you at the river. And at the river, when the tortoise came, tortoise put rabbit at his back and swam with the rabbit and crossed the destination, and both of them they reached. This shows that we have this inclusiveness. Let us take rich and poor together. Let us go together. Let us see that it's not only the rich who have the right of justice, poor also deserve justice, and this is all possible when you respect human rights. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this inclusiveness, that's what Justice Bhagwati said when he talks about public interest litigation. He says that poor have the right to come to the court. They have no means to come to court, but they must be given the right to come to court. And he started that by public interest litigation, writing on a plain card, you can go to the Supreme Court. And he was a legend in that. And that was the real justice which he has done to the people of India. And you all know that Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India has revised the Constitution of India. Many lawyers, many judges, many law students, many law teachers, whatever they have earned in their life is because of that single judgment, Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India. Law must be just, fair and reasonable. It cannot be arbitrary, oppressive and fanciful. These were the words. And I owe my own PhD to Justice P.N. Bhagwati. When he came, I said to him that, Lordship, you must have helped everybody to get PhD. And he was surprised. And I said that it is because of your Maneka Gandhi's judgment that I could get my PhD degree. And the doctor which I'm having is all because of you. Such was a great legend. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the sacrifices made by P.N. Bhagwati, sir, or whether it is Justice Krishna Iyer, sir, or whether it is Dr. Ambedkar, whether it is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru or Mahatma Gandhi, we are forgetting them and we are not giving importance to human rights in our day-to-day life. So therefore, we thought that we will have this competition and try to sensitize the people of how to introduce this particular in our daily lives. So lastly, I would like to say that human rights are not those rights which can be implemented in the court where you go and litigate. Litigation shall be done for those matters which are involving money or criminal matters. But if you ask for day-to-day human rights, it is in your heart itself, it is in your soul itself. If you respect the other heart and if you respect the other soul, human rights can be enforced by extrajudicial means. And one of the ways of human rights enforcement is awareness, literacy, and sensitiveness. And this is possible in classes. So human rights are more enforced in law classes rather than in courtrooms. And therefore, if we are disciplined, if we value the ethics, if we value the constitutional values, definitely I believe that we will have a better society, better world.